When I tell people I made my first $10,000 online, most of them think it happened overnight, like some magic trick or lucky moment. But the truth is, the real story behind it is so unexpected, so simple, and so ignored by most people that I almost didn't believe it myself. And today, I'm going to reveal exactly what happened, step by step, including the part nobody ever talks about because it sounds too ordinary to be true. Yet it works, and it still works even now. But sometimes, the turning point comes when you stop chasing everything and focus on one simple thing that actually has demand, low competition, and can scale without limits. That's exactly what changed everything for me. The moment everything shifted was when I realized that the internet isn't about being lucky it's about tapping into what people are already searching for. High volume, low competition, demand. And the crazy part, most people ignore it. They chase complex ideas, big investments, or trendy hype methods that die in a week. But long-tail keywords, easy traffic methods, evergreen digital income ideas, these are the things that actually pay. And the way I made my first $10,000 started with something so basic that anyone could begin instantly, even with zero money, zero experience, and zero audience. I remember the exact moment it happened. I was sitting there late at night, scrolling through results and checking what people were searching. I wasn't trying to be a genius. I wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel. I was just trying to understand what people already wanted. And then I noticed something strange. There were topics that thousands of people were searching daily, but almost no one was creating good content for them. No competition, no saturation, no big creators dominating the results. Just open space. And in that moment, everything clicked. I created one simple digital solution, a guide, a service, a tiny product that matched the exact thing people were searching for. Nothing special, nothing complicated. I didn't build a big website. I didn't pay for ads. I didn't invest in expensive tools. I just created something useful and placed it exactly where people were already looking. That one tiny action became the seed that produced the first $100, then the first $1,000, and eventually my first $10,000 online. But the journey between 0 and 10,000 was not smooth. There were moments where I doubted myself, moments where I thought the results were too slow, moments where I wanted to quit. But I kept going, and that consistency ended up becoming the difference between failure and success. Because the internet rewards those who stay long enough to see the result. And once the snowball starts rolling, it becomes unstoppable. Let me tell you the exact steps I followed, because this is the part nobody breaks down clearly. First, I looked for demand. Not random demand, real, predictable, trending demand. I used basic methods anyone can use, like searching long-tail queries, checking trending terms, seeing what people repeatedly asked online. And guess what I found? People don't want complexity. They want shortcuts. They want easy instructions. They want results fast. They want something that saves time, saves effort, or saves money. And if you can give that to them, even in a small digital form, the internet will reward you. Second, I removed noise. I stopped trying to do 20 methods at once. I focused on one simple system. That discipline alone pushed me ahead of thousands of people who quit too soon. Third, I delivered something that actually helped. I didn't try to be perfect. I didn't try to be fancy. I just focused on value. And what most people miss is this. Online income grows from small pieces of value, repeated at scale, not from one big, impressive project. Fourth, I used platforms that already had traffic. This part is critical. You don't need to build your own audience from scratch at the start. You use the platforms where people already show up daily. That's where all the long-tail keywords, trending interest, and easy conversions live. Whether it's freelancing platforms, content platforms, digital marketplaces, or automated traffic systems, the result is the same. You ride the wave of existing demand instead of trying to create your own from zero. Fifth, and this is the part almost no one teaches, I optimized everything. Every title, every description, every keyword, every placement. Not in a complicated way, but in a strategic way. I used simple optimization techniques, naturally placed keywords, trending search phrases, curiosity-driven titles, descriptions that made people want to click, and content that made people want to watch till the end. And once you understand how powerful this combination is, everything changes. When my first payment came in, it wasn't huge. It was around $20. But that $20 felt like $1 million because it meant the system worked. And when something works online once, it can work again and again and again. All you have to do is repeat the same formula with better consistency. And that's exactly what I did. I kept improving, kept testing, kept adjusting small details. And without even noticing, the numbers grew. $30 a day became $50, then $70, then $100. And soon, the total crossed $10,000. But the real secret behind my first $10,000, ISNT, the method itself, it says, the mindset. I stopped treating online income like a dream and started treating it like a process. Anyone can follow a process. You don't need talent. You don't need luck. You just need clarity and consistency. That's all. There were moments when I was exhausted, moments when results were slow, moments when I questioned everything. But if you're watching this right now, you need to hear this clearly. Results don't come before effort. They come because of effort. And the effort won't feel hard when you're following a system that actually works. I learned that the fastest way to make money online is not by finding the new best method. It's by understanding human behavior. People search for problems. People search for answers. And if you position yourself as the solution, no matter how small the income follows. That's why long-tail keywords, low competition niches, trending searches, and evergreen problems are gold. They tell you exactly where the demand is. You just have to show up and deliver. The truth is, there are thousands of untapped opportunities right now. Niches where people are searching, competitors are low, and earnings are high. And most beginners miss them because they focus on the big flashy niches where competition is impossible to beat. But not you. You now know the real strategy I used to break my limits and generate my first $10,000 online. And don't get me wrong, this wasn't luck. It was intentional. And if you apply the same blueprint, your results can surprise you in ways you never imagined. Once you master one method, you can scale it, automate it, diversify it, and stack multiple income streams. That's how digital income really grows. Now, before I continue, here is the one-line CTA I want you to remember. Subscribe for the next powerful video that reveals even deeper secrets to building real income online, step by step. Now, let me tell you the final part of the story. When I crossed my first $10,000, I realized something life-changing. Money is not made online by being special. It's made by being consistent. It's made by focusing on what works. It's made by understanding demand and delivering value at the right time, in the right place, with the right strategy. And the moment you stop overthinking and start taking action is the moment everything changes. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, confused, or lost, don't worry. Everyone starts like that. But what separates winners from quitters is simple. Winners keep going. They follow a system. They focus. They experiment. They learn. And they never stop moving forward. I want you to know that your first $100, your first $1,000, and your first $10,000 are not fantasy. They are results waiting for you if you apply the same clarity, the same strategy, and the same belief. And if you want more proven methods, secret techniques, trending strategies, and high-volume, low-competition ideas that actually work today, make sure you check out the next video on my channel. Because your journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning. And trust me, the next video will change everything. For the next video, visit the channel